Hey guys, Knifey Buckeye here with another video. This morning, here Friday morning, coming at you with the first episode of the Morning Dew, where I will talk about FC Cincinnati and eventually also Ohio State. But episode 1 this morning is a reaction to last night's draw of the MLS's back tournament. FCC drew Group E in the tournament. Now, I don't even know what group is paired with what group eventually. I'm pretty sure it's a group stage. They all play one team once, and then I think they get bracketed after that. So I think you won't know what group you're in. I believe it was the Eastern Conference had two four-team groups and a five-team group. And then the West, I think, had all four. Not sure, but basically the only thing I focused on last night was the group what we got drawn in, and that's what this video will be over. We got drawn in one of the four-team groups. We got drawn in with Columbus, New York Red Bulls, and Atlanta United. Those are the three teams we got drawn. Like I said, we were so bad last year. We're going to have probably a difficult history with any of these teams. We've only been in MLS a year, but we didn't fare well against most teams last year. So as far as history to look forward to, I mean, I guess we beat Columbus, but it was in the USL. Columbus was one of the teams I wanted. Red Bulls was one of the teams I wanted. Atlanta, I like playing Atlanta. I feel like they're obviously way better quality than us, but we tied them the first game last year. They kind of manhandled the second game, but I feel like all the games we haven't been too out of our league. Atlanta is going to be hard. So will Red Bulls. New York Red Bulls are deep with their academy system, so they're going to be one of the favorites in this tournament. Just from they do well in USL because the way their academy is, their system, they just have a system and they just plug in guys. That's why they do well in USL. I think they've won the USL Cup twice, I think. I know once. Might have even been twice. Just the way they've been, they're so deep that that's going to fare well in this tournament just because it is random. All the guys aren't going to be fresh. So, I mean, there isn't really congestion, so I guess you don't have to worry about that. When it was talked about resuming initially, we were going to talk about, or they're going to play like every 2 or 3 days. The schedule actually isn't that condensed. Everyone is guaranteed to play at least 3 games. You're going to play once every 5 days. So it's not really condensed more than normal. So depth, I guess in a way, won't matter as much. But I meant as far as the players obviously not being 100% fit, they just have more options roster-wise than most teams. And, I mean, the Red Bulls, I mean, they kind of have a history of choking the MLS Cup, but a lot of times they make the playoffs and they go deep into the playoffs. So yeah, it was not announced as far as I know. We're not playing who we're playing first, and it has not been announced. The schedule or the I'm trying to think. Oh, the broadcast information. They said every game would be broadcasted on national television, and MLS's partners are Fox Sports 1, ESPN, and Fox Sports, ESPN, and they have a Canadian. But basically, it's going to be no Flow Sports, which is good. Everything's going to be on national television, which is good. They're just but they haven't announced what the schedule will be match-wise. So those are 3 teams that we're matched up against. Obviously, it's going to be exciting to play the Crew again. I think we have a history with the Red Bulls back in USL. I don't know why. Back when we were in USL, the games against the Red Bulls were always more physical. I knew there was a tweet, but they tweeted about our team. Some story about a tweet in USL between players tweeting each other, and there was always that. I don't know why. When we were in USL, we always had a beef with the Red Bulls too. And so far, of the 3 matches we have played, they've been close, but it has carried over to MLS. We have, for whatever reason, play physical. The games against the Red Bulls are really physical. And so that's going to be good. And then against Atlanta, we tied at Atlanta last year. The second game, obviously, they did beat us handily. But I think it was like 4-1, but it was close early. And I want to say it was scoreless at the half, or it was 1-1 at the half, and they came away late and scored. And I think Joseph Martinez had 2 or 3 goals late, and they ended up blowing us out pretty good, but it was close at halftime. And so I think the draw, pretty much a crapshoot no matter where you're going to get, because we have such a short history with all the teams in MLS, and having such a horrible year last year, win and loss. We haven't been in MLS long enough to have be really hot against a team or have a really good matchup against a team. This FCC squad looked way better than last year with a short sample size. We added a lot of players. We might not have our best player in Jurgen Locadia. So that's good. But we also have Sam Duong, who just started training before we got before COVID came. So he might be our new best player. We don't know if Jurgen Locadia is going to be. Like I said, his loan expires June 30th, and this tournament is July 8th. So there's we have a new roster, and we still have some question marks about our roster, and our manager may or may not even be allowed to travel to the country yet. So, but I still think all that given, we still have a chance to play really well. And it's just nice to look forward to FCC soccer live, new FCC soccer. And whether we go out there and play horrible or we don't, it's going to be nice just to be mad that we're playing horrible again, because we've had no sports for 3 months now. So, that'll do it for episode 1 of the Morning Dew. As I drink Mountain Dew. Eventually, I think these are going to be longer. This is basically just a show idea I had. They'll run in the mornings, obviously, Morning Dew. And it'll be FCC, Ohio State, both mixture. It'll just be whatever I feel like talking about. So that'll do it for episode 1. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. Go FCC. Bye. Thanks.